students. I welcome you all to the official YouTube channel of SRN International School. I am Faculty of Economics at SRN International School. Today we are going to discuss the topic Monopoly and Monopolistic Competition Market of class 11th Microeconomics. Let's begin with the topic. Monopoly. Monopoly refers to a market situation where there is a single seller and there is no close substitute of the commodities sold by the seller. The seller has a full control over the supply of that commodity. Since there is only one seller, so monopoly firm and industry are the same. Monopoly is a form of market structure where there is a single seller producing a commodity having no close substitute. Features of monopoly market. The first is single seller and a large number of buyers. Under monopoly, there is a single seller and therefore a firm faces no competition from other firms. Tough, though there are large number of buyers, no single buyer can influence the monopoly price by his action. No close substitute, second feature. Under monopoly, there is no close substitute of the product sold by the monopolist. According to the professor Budling, a pure monopolist is therefore a firm producing a product which has no close substitute among the products of any other firms. The third is the restriction on entry of the new firms. Under monopoly, new firms cannot enter into the industry. Characteristics of monopoly. Monopolies can maintain supernormal profit in a long run. With no close substitute, monopolist can derive supernormal profits. A monopolist with a no substitute would able to drive the greatest monopoly power. The advantage of monopolist. Avoid the wastage duplication of infrastructure that would happen if the new firm were encouraged to build their own infrastructure. Domestic monopolies can become more dominant in their own territory and then retain overseas market, earning countries valuable export revenues. Disadvantage of monopoly to the consumer. Restricting output onto the market, charging higher price than in a common competitive market, reducing consumer surplus and economic welfare, restricting the choice for the consumer, reducing the consumer superiority. Next is the price maker. A monopoly firm has a full control over the supply of its product, hence it has a full control over its price also. A monopoly firm can influence the market by varying its supply. For example, it can make the price of a product by supplying less of it. Possibilities of price discrimination is the point fifth. Price discrimination is defined as that market situation where single sellers sell the same commodities at two different prices in two different markets at the same time, depending upon the elasticity of demand of two goods in their respective market. A monopoly is a price maker. What does this mean? Because the firm is the entire industry, it decided output level for the entire market. It then sets the price based on the market demand for the product at that level of output. Therefore, the demand curve for a monopoly is a downward sloping. Let's come to the next topic, that is the monopolistic market. Monopolistic competition market, it is that form of a market in which there are large number of sellers selling differentiated product which are similar in nature but not homogeneous. For example, the different brands of soaps. There is closing this is closely related with a little difference in color, size, and shape. We separate them from each other. The concept of monopolistic competition market is developed by American economists. It is a combination of perfect competition and monopoly. Monopolistic competition market is a market situation in which both monopoly and perfect competitive element are present. The most distinction feature of the monopolistic competition which makes its blending of the competition and monopoly is the product differentiation. Product differentiation refers to the actively created difference in the product with respect to brand, trademark, design, packaging, color, size, measurement, weight, such that though the products are similar, they are not identical, or in other words, the products are different but closely related. Features: there are large number of sellers and buyers. In monopolistic competition market, the number of sellers is large and each act independent without any mutual dependence. Here, the action of one individual firm regarding change in a price has no effect on the market price. The firm under monopolistic competition are not the price takers, they are the price makers. Product differentiation. Most of the firm under monopolistic sell product which are not homogeneous in nature. They are close substitute. Product are differentiate from each other in the following ways. Real differentiation. This type of product differentiation arises due to the difference in the quality of input used in making these products, difference in location of the firm, and the sales services. Artificial differentiation. It is made by the seller in the mind of the buyer from those through advertisement, attractive packaging, etc. Non-price competition. In this case, different firms may compete with each other by spending a huge amount of money on advertisement, keeping the product price unchanged. Selling cost. Expenditure incurred on advertisement and sales promotion by the firm to promote the sales of its product is called selling cost. They are made to persuade a particular product in preference to another product. Some advertisement may have become more popular that people use that brand name to describe the product. For example, brand name is used to describe all types of washing powder. Free entry and exit. There is no restriction on the entry and exit of the firm. The firm decided to leave the industry or they decided to enter the industry. Every firm under monopolistic competition earn only a normal profit in a long run and there arises no supernormal profit nor losses. Independent price policy. A firm under perfect competitive market can influence the price of the commodity to the extent and hence they face an inverse relationship between price and quantity. In this case, the price elasticity of demand would relatively elastic because of the existence of many substitutes. Downward sloping, highly elastic demand curve of the firm under monopolistic competition. Demand curve of the firm reflected its AR curve under monopolistic competition is downward sloping. The demand curve is highly elastic. This is because the differentiated products under monopolistic competition has more close substitute. I hope you all have understood today's topic, that was monopoly and monopolistic competition market. If you have any query, please drop it in the comment box. Please like, share and subscribe the video. Thank you all. Stay safe, stay healthy.